Hi, I'm Sean Stevens from Dicker Data.
And I'm Paul Karamitis from HP.
Today we're going to talk about a very important issue that's going to affect all Microsoft Teams Rooms devices.
So Microsoft have made a decision to change the way their devices authenticate with their portal. This was legacy utilizing their company portal application, and now they're moving to AOSP. This is to strengthen the security of the devices as well as enhance stability.
Thanks, Paul. Now, what does this mean to everyone actually using the devices, and more importantly, the IT managers that are managing these devices?
Yeah, so this is a very important change that has to happen. If no action is taken, eventually the devices will lose their registration and stop working. Luckily, the work required to be completed is very straightforward and not a lot of effort. And it's a two-stage process. One, setting up your Microsoft tenancy and creating a Intune policy. And secondly, once your Poly device is updated to the correct firmware version, you can turn on the AOSP authentication method. Once this is done and you're happy that everything is working correctly, you can then push a configuration policy to all your other Poly devices for them to use AOSP.
Thanks, Paul. So to summarize, this is an enforced change from Microsoft that's going to impact every device that cannot be ignored. So let's take a look now at how we actually do that.
First, we need to sign into the Intune Admin Center at intune.microsoft.com. We need to ensure we have global admin or relevant authentication privileges to access Intune. Once signed in, we'll head over to the left-hand pane. We'll click on Devices. Then we'll click on Enrollment. Up the top, we'll select Android. And then we'll scroll down to Android Open Source Project, AOSP, and we'll select corporate-owned user-associated devices. Once we're here, we'll create a policy. We'll call this AOSP. We'll add a description, and we'll enable it for Microsoft Teams devices. Once this policy is created, we need to log into each Poly device via its IP address in the web interface. We'll navigate to General Settings, Provider, Microsoft Teams, and we'll enable AOSP authentication. We'll click Save, and that will push the change. We need to ensure the device is running the latest firmware first.
Thanks for the demo, Sean. Now that wasn't so difficult. However, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to Sean or myself, and we're more than happy to help.